What's going on? This is a show that we haven't named yet. We're just this is the pilot, I guess you could say. We're just reviewing our top 10 videos of 2020. My name is Christopher. I am the father and the man of this household.
Washer. My name is Jason. I am the third oldest son in this house. Did you just count your hands?
I have too many kids, I don't know. There's another son over here, and the wife is over here. I don't know if they will be popping in.
Probably.
You might hear some noises in the background because we don't have like a professional studio, but hopefully this gets big and we make it. So anyways, would you like to start with your...
You can start.
So should we just name our from 10 to 1?
Yeah, like our least favorite to our favorite.
Should we go over our honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Or you don't have that?
I don't have that.
So I do have some honorable mentions. I'm just gonna go over because this is really hard to get all your movies down to 10 because we watch movies all the time. Of course, it was hard because Corona. We couldn't go to the theater, and we used to go like every Tuesday and pick his movie because I never got to
Okay,
choose.
you got to pick your movie, dogs, like he didn't, so.
But so these are movies that did not make my top 10.
Some of them I have on mine.
Oh, interesting. See, there's gonna be a range here because he's 12 and I'm turning 40 in a couple days. I know I look like I'm 20.
You're
Anyways.
50.
I will beat you on camera. Okay, so some honorable mentions are Power from Netflix. I believe that was Jamie Foxx.
That was Project Power.
Project Power.
Power is that show that you and Mom watch.
It's called Project Power?
Yeah, Project Power.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, Project Power with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then Wonder Woman. It could have made my list. I like it, but there's something off about it, so it didn't make my top 10. But it could have. It's an honorable mention. Then I have Old Guard, which is also on Netflix, which was a pretty good movie, but
A little weird for you.
yeah, it didn't make it for some reason. And then The Photograph. Probably more for the adults, like a romantic type of movie. It was a real good movie, but it just didn't make the list. I don't remember what My Spy was.
Oh, My Spy was with David Bautista, where he's the spy and the kid.
Oh yeah, My Spy with Batista and that little girl. That was really.
Oh,
It actually should have made the list, but
I forgot about that movie. I
It's
should
really-
really liked that movie.
yeah, it was a good movie. It was funny and a lot of action, and so it probably should have made the list, but it's hard to narrow them down to 10. So anyway, so my number 10 movie of 2020 would be Birds of Prey with Harley Quinn and a whole bunch of DC people that I really don't even know. He knows because he's a DC expert, but I like the movie. I'm sure it's on your. It's not on your list, huh?
It's number one.
Oh. Well, that's crazy.
Cause I just random. I didn't know at the time. I just randomly put it.
So yours aren't like ranked?
I mean, they sort of are. Yeah, you can say they are ranked.
Mine is like it's hard to rank also. So just because it's number 10 doesn't mean it was a bad movie. But
Honorable mentions.
yeah.
Good man.
So yeah. So my number 10 is Birds of Prey. Because the storyline was a little weird to me, but it was funny. It really made me want a breakfast sandwich. That's really what I love for that movie. I really wanted that piece of that breakfast sandwich.
After that, he made sandwiches for like a whole week.
It looked so good. Like That sandwich looked delicious.
Are you really out of that whole movie? The only part you
That-
really cared about was the sandwich
Yeah,
scene
she
where Harley
did
Quinn,
not get to eat it.
where Harley Quinn just describes a good sandwich.
Yes, that sandwich looked so delicious. So,
Sadly, we don't live in Gotham, so.
true, or I would go get one. But that's my number 10. So what is your number 10?
My number 10 is Soul. It was a good movie. There were a lot of funny parts. It was like really like I like the music in some parts. But it's not really a kids movie, it's more for adults. It is a good movie, but it's just not one of my favorite Pixar movies, but it is very good. I
Yeah.
would recommend to watch that.
I didn't really like that movie. I don't know, it's not that I didn't like it. We had like all our little cousins and nieces and nephews over, so I couldn't really pay attention. I think it was like on Christmas.
Yeah, it was on Christmas.
Yeah, we watched it on Christmas, so we had people over. I think you have to like pay attention to that movie, and I'm sure there's there is a good message in it. Like,
You can't think of the message.
well, the message is like take advantage of life while you're here because it can end at any moment. So it didn't really seem like a kid movie to me, but I don't know. It wasn't a bad movie, but it just wasn't.
Like compared to, say, like Toy Story. I mean, is that a Pixar movie? Yeah, that's
I think
Pixar.
it is Pixar.
Or like Incredibles. It's not like for kids.
Yeah, like fun action, but it was a good movie. But yeah, but I see why it's on your list, but it just wasn't on mine. My number 9 is Queen and Slim, which of course is probably more of an adult movie, but
Was that movie where they're on the run from the cops?
yes. So they are like two people that didn't know each other. They had just met, and then like a cop. I don't know. I forget exactly what happened, but they were just on the run the whole movie, and then
They were accused of murder or something, breaking the law.
yeah, I think so. And then they had to end up shooting the cop, and then they were like being chased, and then the community ended up helping them, and they're kind of like hood heroes.
But in the end, the girlfriend, the woman got shot by the cops, and then the guy was holding his wife, and the cops told him not to move, and he kept taking footsteps, and they all shot him and killed him. So it was a sad ending, but I mean, it was a good movie, but it wasn't like on my top 10. Wasn't too good of a movie for me. Like it was more adultish for me. I like funny movies.
Yeah, and if this does make it big, like I think that movie's rated R, and yes, I've always let my kids watch rated R movies because they watch it with me, and they're gonna learn it anyway, so they can watch it with me and ask any questions that they may have. So I'd rather them watch it with me than just have to like sneak off and watch it. So yes, I let my kids watch rated R movies.
For my number 9 place is The Invisible Man. I love a good horror movie. Sometimes I'm too scared to watch them, but this was like a good movie for like scary and into like nerve-wracking. So I like this movie a lot. So it made my top 9.
So that movie is on my list, and I'll talk about that later. But I love that movie, but we'll talk about it later because it's crazy where that is on my list. So
The reason it wasn't like higher up on my favorite
because
list.
you don't like scary movies.
Okay, I do like scary movies, thank you very much. But no, it's because it was a good scary movie, but she made a lot of dumb decisions, and it really made me mad. Because, like, she did the stupidest things sometimes, and the plot ending was sort of stupid a little bit to me. But it was a good movie.
I think it did end weird also, but a lot of people liked it. Like, I understand the ending, but it did kind of end weird.
Well, I mean, if you put it on your high up on your, you must have really liked it.
I did love that movie. It was a good movie. We'll go more into it again when I bring it up on my list. My number 8 is The Way Back. I don't think you watched that with me.
Yeah,
It's with Ben Affleck. He was the basketball coach.
I've seen trailers, but I've never seen the movie. I wasn't
Yeah.
there when you watched it.
That was a real good one. Good acting. Like, kind of like Sunset Park and, all that typical movie where the coach is bad, drunk, and went through some stuff and then ended up getting life back through kids. So it was a really good movie, and probably more towards adults, but kids can watch it too and enjoy it. My kids aren't like super into sports, so I don't.
Oh, really?
They definitely are not. They say they are, but they're really not.
I like basketball and football, so I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, besides the fact that you just insulted me and my brothers, my top 8 place is Mulan. It was a good movie. I love the original cartoon to Mulan. It was a great movie. And I like what they did. Some parts of it I didn't like because like I was sort of sad when they took out some of the best parts, like some of the songs and like the dragon. I forgot his name. Mushu, I think. Mushu.
Yeah, I think that is his name.
But yeah, it was a really good movie. I really recommend that movie. But I was also mad that they didn't make it available for Disney Plus until a while.
Yeah, we.
I mean, we already knew that was going to happen.
We really did want to watch the movie right away, but I guess you need Disney Plus Premium, which he tells me, he's the one who lets me know when new movies come out. So I guess there's a lot of movies coming out on, I think, Disney Plus Premium, so we need to learn to get that.
It's not really like movies, they're like TV shows. Honorable mentions for like TV show movies, like those type of shows that are like movies, like 50 minutes long each episode, like Loki, WandaVision, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and a lot more.
That could be a whole nother episode. He calls them TV movies, which I
That's
hate
what
'cause I
they
don't
are though.
understand
Like each episode is like 50 minutes long or something, like
most
a long
good
episode.
shows are that long. Like
Yeah, but
Power, and
that's
Power's not a
like-
TV movie. They're mostly like 50 minutes long.
Well, I just think because
You're
like,
used to cartoons, and cartoons are only like 30 minutes.
25 minutes.
Exactly. So that's why those.
Okay,
You can't have
okay.
a 50-minute cartoon.
That is true.
But that could be a whole nother episode.
Yeah, well, we're getting a little off topic.
But Mulan is also on my list, but a little higher. Technical difficulties. But it's a little higher. So, but yeah, I love that movie also because it was like my childhood type movie. I love the music. I think they reenacted it perfect. I'm glad they didn't have like a little talking dragon the whole movie because that would have been weird. I don't really like.
I know, like,
What do
you
you
don't
call
like
it?
CGI,
Yeah, CGI. I don't really like that too much. It's weird.
but that's in every movie.
That's why I didn't really like Lion King. Like the whole movie of real talking animals was just weird to me.
I know that, but like that was probably one of my favorite parts about the original.
And that's my favorite. Like my top 1, 2, or 3 favorite Disney movies. Lion King, but I did not like the.
Your
real-
favorite one, reanimated? I mean, like
Well, I mean just like Disney cartoon movie. My
Your-
favorite one is
Aladdin.
well, yeah, Aladdin, then either Lion King or Beauty and the Beast. But
Beauty and the Beast was actually pretty good. But
yeah.
besides the fact that we're getting off topic
Yeah.
again.
So my number, what number are we on? 7?
7.
Was Spencer, which is on Netflix with Mark Wahlberg, and then
Did I see that movie? Spencer?
I don't know, you should if you didn't.
What?
I can't remember. He's the guy who knows all the actors' names. I can tell you where he's the big black guy from. What's my favorite Marvel movie?
Samuel L. Jackson?
No, I can't. I don't know why. What's his? What?
Chadwick Boseman.
But not him. It was the bad guy, the monkey, the ape. boss.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember. I don't know the actor's name.
Well, yeah, but him. He's in it with Mark Wahlberg. And that movie is like any movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, now I know. Yeah, I did see that movie. That was a good movie.
That's a real good movie. There's a lot of action. It's funny. Mark Wahlberg usually makes good movies. They're funny, but he's also like real
Serious.
yeah, serious, action packed. There's good acting, storyline. I really like that movie, so that's like number 7, I guess. Again, it's hard to rank movies, but yeah, that's my number 7.
I thought I didn't really count any. I mean,
Netflix show.
Yeah, I
movie?
had at least one.
Yeah, I see one on there,
It
which I
will-
completely
later.
disagree with.
It was a good movie. You guys will see when we get to that number. But it's a good movie. Okay. My number 7 was Onward. I'm a fan of like a good animated, I almost said CGI, but a good animated kids movie. I love those type of movies because I'm still technically a child. I mean, I'm about to be
He's
a teenager.
He's a teenager. A
What?
preteen.
Preteen. I'm a preteen, but I still can love a good children's movie, and this is a great one if you want to take your kids to it. This is just, on my opinion, a very, very good movie with Tom Holland and Chris Pratt in it. So
See, he knows the actors, but I remember that. I don't like really remember that movie.
it was
That's
like
why
a
it's,
magical movie.
I get it. It was they're like blue and
Yeah, and they're trying
and
to
like
get their
one
dad.
brother, one of them, yeah, one was like dumb or not always.
Well, I mean, not really dumb, but he just wasn't the smartest.
Yeah. So I kind of remember the movie. I remember watching it, but I don't remember it. So that's why it's not on my list, and I didn't feel like rewatching it to find out. So
The time we watched that was when like we still couldn't go into theaters because of COVID.
yeah,
We just watched it on the Fire Stick, all of us, and we laid on your guys' bed.
yeah. So it was a good family movie, I guess, but it's just not. It didn't make my top 10, but I would recommend it for family time if you guys do that. So my number 6 is Mulan, which we already talked about. Like I said, it's just higher on my list. I loved it because probably more for me because it was like my childhood movie, and yeah, it was just a good remake. Not too much CGI, good acting, good story. They like stuck to the story, didn't go too crazy.
But they did add a new spin on it with some new characters like that witch woman.
Yeah, but she wasn't. It was just all. I loved the movie. It was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Your number 6.
Okay, this was the movie that he got mad at that I put on here. Hubie Halloween with Adam Sandler. In my opinion, that movie was funny, and it's a good Halloween movie to watch.
I love Adam Sandler. First of all, he's like one of my favorite actors ever. But
You want to pause the video for now?
it's again, we're not in a professional studio yet. But yeah. But what were we saying? Yeah, Hubie. It was a good movie and all, but yeah, it wasn't one of my favorite of Adam Sandler movies. But it was cool for Halloween. It was funny, and it's just not on my list at all. Oh yeah, the real grip of actors in that movie. Adam Sandler, Kevin James, like everyone he always has in all his movies. That's what I love about Adam Sandler. But and again, like he's probably one of my top 3 favorite actors. Not even actors, but I just love all his movies. I can like recite all of them. So
Yeah, but for me, Hubie Halloween was really good. It was funny. It was it had a lot of good actors, a lot of like Disney actors, kid actors.
it wasn't like a bad movie. It just wasn't one of his best, I guess. But I would recommend it. It's a good Halloween movie. Not like too scary.
Oh,
or
it's
anything.
not really scary
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
It's like Scary Movie basically, but without the sex.
Yeah. My number 5, which I have like, it could be 4 or 5 because it was hard, but I put my number 5 as Bad Boys for Life because that was just an awesome movie. It's
It's actually higher up for me.
yeah, it was a good movie. It was weird seeing Will Smith and Martin, like they really look older, like their age, but it was still cool. They didn't do a bad job. They had like some action in there, but it had them like doing things that they could probably do at their age. They weren't like flipping and jumping and hopping off buildings and stuff, but it was just a good storyline. I think they did good. Like a lot of times when you do a movie like way later, it comes out bad, but I think this one was really good. They kept like all the same actors, like the son and daughter from the first movie where they punked him at the door. So they just did a real good job with this movie.
That movie was a great one. That's actually on my top 3 place. That movie was great. I'm a big Will Smith fan.
Yeah, me too.
I love that movie. I love the action, the humor. It was just a great movie in my opinion, and that's why it's more up on my list on third place. But yeah, I really like that movie.
What's your number 5?
Sonic the Hedgehog. I uh, I really like. I like that movie. I like that they added Jim Carrey as Mr. Egghead.
Yes, he did make the movie really good.
And I'm glad because before they redesigned him, he looked weird because he had teeth. And he was wearing like some weird shoes. He looked really human. He didn't look like the game. But then they fixed him back to where he looks like the game. He looks great. And then the movie was funny. There was a lot of good action scenes. But yeah, it was a great.
That's another one where I kind of need to watch it again, like, because when did it come out? I think we watched it like way
in
back.
theaters. That movie we actually watched.
Yeah,
that came out before Corona.
Yeah, so it was like way back in the day. So not like back in the day, but like beginning of the year.
Made it sound like you were like in 1980.
It's like beginning of the year, so I don't like really remember it. But we didn't watch it like again, so it couldn't have been that great of a movie. But I know it wasn't like bad, but it wasn't like the best movie. But I love Jim Carrey. He did good as the bad guy because I was wondering how they're going to do that. And again, that CGI stuff.
Not a big fan of, but I personally like those.
But yeah, but it was that another one. I see why it's on his list. It wasn't a bad movie, but it just didn't make my list.
The only reason it's that like on my 5th place because it had Jim Carrey in it, and I love his movies, and because there was a lot of funny scenes, and I guess the action was pretty cool. But yeah, I just thought it was a pretty good movie over the other ones.
See, I like to me like make my top list. I have to be able to watch the movie multiple times.
That is true. I should have done that too because, like, Soul we only watched it once, Mulan once.
Yeah, like the rewatch value, but
but Hubie Halloween I watched like 3 times, so that should have been higher.
Maybe I should watch that one again too, but not till next Halloween.
Now, for our 4th place.
Now, 4th place, I have Unhinged, which is with Russell Crowe. He's like, I don't know if you guys watched that with me and Mom.
I know, I've heard of the name, but
He was like psychotic, like he was just a man like having a really bad day, and he cut someone off in traffic, and she like went crazy ballistic like my wife does. So he like asked her to apologize, or he said sorry, then asked her to apologize, and she was like no, and it just went crazy on him. So then he went really crazy and followed her like the rest of the movie and killing everyone close to her. And sorry if this is like a
really, not.
yeah, it's like not. It's not for
Was
kids.
that movie with the guy who fell in love with the girl, or no?
No, there's no love in this movie. It's just strictly. He was just real bad. Only thing is like he was like running around free forever, like killing people and running through traffic and no one stopped him, which is not realistic, but it's still a good movie.
I mean, after the first kill, you would think people would start calling the cops.
And my wife stayed up during it, so it had to have been a pretty good movie because she never stays up during movies. So that was my number 4, Unhinged with Russell Crowe.
My number 4 place is Wonder Woman 1984. Now, I love a good DC or Marvel movie. I love superheroes. I'm a big nerd for them. And this was just a good movie for me to watch. It was action-packed. The villains were cool. The humor, there was some humor that was good. The storytelling was slow but good, right? Some part, I mean, not really slow, but it was like a good pace.
I did like the movie, but something about it,
at some points it would be a little like childish.
Yeah, something about it just was like we just watched it again now, but
yeah,
just something about it was just off to me. But I love Wonder Woman. I love, again, I don't know her name as an actor. I need to start learning her names, but I love her as an actor. I know she acts in a lot of movies I like. I love the first Wonder Woman, and I love her in Justice League, so I love it. But just something about this movie. That's why it was on my.
The only reason it was on my 4th place, it might have been higher, if at some points that it wasn't like childish, like cartoonish a little bit. Like DC is more. I mean, there's some funny parts, but it's more like dark. Like Marvel, you expect it to be some like funny parts, but like DC is supposed to be a little dark, and some parts of it. I mean, it's okay. I'm not judging on it, but like there was one part where she winked at a kid, and it was like, and then she took out the rock. That was a little childish.
Yeah, he
for
didn't
me.
like that part. I thought it was cool, but I
mean,
get what he's
don't
saying.
Get me
I
wrong,
get what
it
he's
was
saying.
cool, but it was just a little childish.
Cheesy.
Yeah, cheesy, basically.
But yeah, I liked the movie. It was on my honorable mention. Like I said, it was hard to put that in or not, but it just didn't make it. But it's a good movie. I love Wonder Woman, and yeah.
Okay, third.
Third one is Lovebirds, which is another Netflix movie. Netflix had a grip of good movies, so they're falling off now because it seems like a lot of Netflix is. They don't.
I mean, they make good shows though. They make good
Yeah,
shows.
they do.
Like Cobra Kai, that was a good show, but that's for another episode.
Yeah, that's
that
like a
we-
whole other episode.
Netflix.
Right.
Ends.
But it was Lovebirds with Lisa Ray, and then again I forgot his name, but
He
that's
was
the
in
guy
that
from
movie with-
Stuber.
Yeah, Stuber was. Wait, did that come on to? That should have been on our.
Yeah, that's another.
Stuber was a good and funny movie.
It was. So, but that was a good movie with like love, romance, a little bit of action, good storyline. So I love that movie, and
I
I've
think
watched
I
it
seen,
a
like,
few
the
times.
beginning of it, and then I just went upstairs.
Yeah, it was a good movie. So that's my number 3.
For my number 4, I mean, for my number 3 is Bad Boys for Life. He already talked about this. It's a great movie. I already said all of this. In my opinion, it's really good.
Did you even watch the first 3?
No, I did not.
Well, obviously you don't have to see the first 3 movies to like this one, but
It's. I mean, it would be
they
better
don't.
too.
I guess they do tie into each other, but
A little bit.
you don't really have to watch the first 3 to. But yeah, that's a great movie.
I mean, they explain most of the stuff in the movie.
yeah,
But it's a great movie. You should really watch it. It's one of my top 10. I mean, my top 5. So you should definitely watch it. I very much recommend that.
I agree. My number 2 was Bloodshot with
That's also my number 3, Bloodshot.
with what's his name?
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, Vin Diesel.
It was good action, good. I think there was
Storyline.
storyline was great. Some good fight scenes in there.
Yeah, it was like
His power was cool. I like superheroes again, so
a lot. I heard a lot of people didn't like it, but I love this movie. Like I've watched it like 4 or 5 times already. So
and the love scenes were pretty. I mean, not like set like
yeah.
love scene, like some kissing scenes.
It's like romance, action, like good storyline, like nothing too crazy. So I really like that movie. His power where he can like rejuvenate right away, and it was cool. So yeah, that was my note.
And
So
there's,
that was your
like,
number 2.
Really cool.
Well, that's the
girls.
first one we like agreed on. So,
And that's the last one.
but I think that's what's the cool thing about our show, because he's like 12, I'm 40. So the lists are gonna be different, but we can obviously meet up a little bit, like on this movie. So then my number 1 was his number 9, which is Invisible Man. And I love that movie. I've watched it like 7 or 8 times already. Like, just the whole. To me, it's like realistic because like guys are all possessive, and then he was like torturing her, not like just physically but mentally, and then no one would believe her. Like, it's just like a realistic movie. I think they did a real good job. Yeah, I just love that movie. I can
Jump
watch it.
scares.
Yeah, it's like a little bit scary. I don't really get scared, but I love like scary movies. But I love that movie.
Wait. I'm sorry for interrupting, but how do you not get scared of scary movies and like jump scares, but you can get scared of a lizard?
Okay, bugs and lizards are completely different. That's
No!
like elephants are scared of mice, and I'm scared of bugs, no matter what
You're
size
much
it is.
bigger than them.
And I don't know what this has to do with the movie.
I'm just saying because you can't get scared of scary movies, but you can get scared of lizards and bugs.
You want to talk about what you're scared of?
Let's move on.
That's what I thought. So Invisible Man is my number 1 movie of 2020. Again, it's like hard to rank, but I've watched that one over and over again. I can go watch it right now and still love the movie. So that was my number one.
My number one is Birds of Prey, which was his number 10.
Yeah.
I love DC. There was good action. I love Harley Quinn and all the others, like Huntress and all of them. I love that they added Black Mask. Black Mask is one of my favorite DC Batman villains. And I was a little mad when they killed him off, so it takes like some points off for me. But it's a great movie. Was it rated R or rated PG-13?
I think that was PG-13. Like nothing.
There were some gruesome kill points. Like she broke a guy's leg.
That was cool. But see, there's like I didn't like I was waiting for. They talked about Joker like the whole movie, but he never showed up.
Talked about Batman.
Yeah,
Never showed
he
up.
never showed up, and then
I mean, Batman would have obviously heard about most of the stuff that happened.
yeah, and it was like Batman and Joker were on vacation while she was doing this. I don't know, it was weird. And then, I don't know, like none of the, like, well, I know Black Mask because he talks about it. I didn't know, what's the other one? Hunter? Or Huntress? Yeah.
She's the woman who got
Yeah. I didn't know them that well before this movie, so that's probably why I didn't,
No, because you're not like, I know you like superhero movies, you'll watch them a bunch of times, but like you're not like, you don't know some characters.
yeah, so that's probably what didn't hit me as hard, but it made my list and it was a good movie. But like I said, they talked about Joker so much and he never showed up.
That was weird. Like they would talk about Joker and Batman, and then I know this didn't take place during like Justice League.
Yeah, which is one of my favorite movies. I watched Justice League over and over and over again. I know a lot of people didn't like that, but I love Justice League.
But like, yeah, like you would think, like, there's one point where she literally goes into the police station and starts not killing, but
With
like
the glitter bomb.
Yeah, glitter bombs. It was a little ridiculous, but it seems like something Harley Quinn
Yeah,
with
so
her
it's like
craziness.
totally what. Ma'am. Technical difficulties. Again, this is our first video.
Okay, you know, we got this, man.
But yeah, so she was. They did good with her. Like she plays Harley Quinn good. Like she's crazy.
And with this, like with Harley Quinn, they can go all out because you can expect it from her because she's insane. Like that makes sense that she would use glitter bombs instead of like shotguns. But like you would think Batman would hear, the cop station got raided by
Yeah.
Harley Quinn. Like he can hear him mugging, but he can't hear that. Like
Yeah. So it was a little weird, but it was a good movie. I just expected. I think I expected like so much more, and it didn't live up to it. So that's why it was lower on my list, but it did make my list. And then so that's it for our top movies of 2020. If you haven't seen them, we recommend that you watch them. You could always comment, and because we're gonna try to do this more often through 2021. Hopefully, I think theaters are open, but it's still not the same. So, but we'll still be watching movies. We'll still be doing reviews. We're gonna add a little bit more on this one because we're gonna do our most anticipated movies of 2021. Which he watches trailers all the time. I don't really, but I know which movies when he tells me about them that I want to see. So I'm just gonna run through a couple, then he can run through his, and we can like do more on it later. But we've already gone like 35 minutes, so I don't want to keep going too longer. So like my top
we
ones.
don't go too fast. Like you gotta explain why you like that.
Well, I haven't seen the trailer. Like Candyman is just a classic movie from when I was younger, so I can't wait to see how they do it. And I love scary movies, so I hope that's gonna be a awesome movie. So I'm looking forward to that one. Suicide Squad 2, one of my favorite movies. I watch that movie all the time. So Suicide Squad 1. So I can't wait for part 2, but I don't know what they're gonna do.
They haven't released a trailer, but they have like released like some stuff. Like there's going to be some weird characters like Polka Dot Man and like King Shark. There will be no Deadshot.
See that? I don't know. But
I feel like the main part you like the first one because of Deadshot.
yeah, he was my favorite, and they did. Of course, it's Will Smith, so he just was dope in that movie. And I hope he gets his own movie. But
That would be cool though.
yeah. And then I'll just go one more. Space Jam, of course, with LeBron James, and that's another classic from when I was little that they're gonna remake, which is scary. But I think with LeBron James doing it, and then like the way they do films now, they might be able to do a real good job.
I watched a little bit of what this is going to be about. It's going to be about like where Bugs Bunny's son is being taken, and they're going to go into different dimensions. So you're going to be seeing.
But is
so
it about
many-
basketball?
Yeah, there's going to be some scenes of basketball.
We'll
Like-
see.
Like I think it's about like where his son or something. I don't really know. But his son gets kidnapped, and they have to go into different dimensions. Like there's going to be. Like you're going to see so many cameos by different characters.
Yeah, so it has potential to be really good. So we'll see. I'm actually gonna go watch these trailers, and maybe we can follow up through this later on. You can name a few off yours.
I'll say like the three that I'm really, really excited about. One that I'm really excited about is Godzilla vs. King Kong. That is, I love King Kong and Godzilla and like the MonsterVerse. I watched those movies like 7 times. I just love those movies. I love monsters, fights. So I'm really
just
excited
do
to see
not
2
like
of my
them.
favorite monsters fight each other.
I don't know. I just do not like those. I love King Kong, but then I think it's stupid. Like they brought him to the world and then get mad at him and try to kill him when he takes over.
Did you see Skull Island?
Yes.
Did you like
Again,
that
they
one?
went to his island where he was just chilling, having coffee, and having fun on his own, and they went over there and disturbed him.
But yeah, that makes no. That I understand. They sort of deserve to die,
Yeah. So it's like,
but because like they were blowing up everything, killing the animals for no certain reason, just using bombs and blowing up the grass. Of course, he's going to get mad.
and then Godzilla, like,
That
he has like Superman powers and all these. He can like shoot whatever he
Fire.
shoots out of his mouth.
Atomic breath. Though.
Something with his eyes.
What?
He
doesn't
moves
do
like
any- he doesn't do
super
any.
slow.
He doesn't do anything with his eyes. His eyes just glow when he
Well,
when he
his
powers
eyes
up.
glow. Like,
His eyes just glow blue.
I just was never a fan of Godzilla. I watched him with him, but maybe I should give it another chance. But I just,
You probably won't like it much because there's a lot of CGI in it.
yeah, just
I love King of the Monster because there was so many action packed. You've seen Godzilla a lot. King Ghidorah was cool. Rodan, Mothra, those were awesome characters, and I love the battle scenes against them. And I thought it was just amazing. Great movie. And are we done?
no, I'm just saying like I don't know none of those. I remember Mothra, but yeah, but
Mothra's the
it's
big
cool he's
one.
into them because those were out when I was little, so it's cool that it's still alive and kicking, I guess.
One that I'm really excited for. This is a Marvel movie, Venom 2. There shall be carnage. I mean, let there be carnage.
And I think it's not on my list, but it should be because I loved Venom. But I think I don't know, that's another one. Is that what has CGI?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to do Venom and Carnage
But
without
they did
doing
good
like
with the first
they
one.
did do good, so it might be okay. So I am excited to see that one, but
And like Carnage, they haven't released the trailer. They've released where they like some anticipating music and just the cover of the movie name. But they
yeah,
haven't released anything really special. But it's going to be a battle against Carnage and Venom. Carnage, you don't know much about him.
yeah.
But
No.
he's like
I think he's cool looking, and I have the Funko Pop.
like Carnage is the guy who's controlled by the symbiote is Cletus Cassidy. He's a serial killer who's murdered so many people, and then that's not gonna mix well with the symbiote because he can make like weapons come up here. He can make his body parts sharp. Not like Riot. Riot can just make weapons. He can make his whole body just like spikes and like knives.
See that
And he,
they
like,
might
he
they
just
might
murdered
do a little
somebody.
too much, but
But he's
we'll
crazy.
see. It's gonna
Like,
be exciting.
Another one I'm very excited for is, it's a hard one because like Thor: Love and Thunder, great movie. I love Thor, so excited for that. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, super excited about that. because I love Doctor Strange. I love the multiverse. Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings. I'm excited for that because that's a new Marvel character they're releasing. It's the first Asian superhero they're going to be releasing on screen.
Who's Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi, yes.
Shang-Chi.
Okay, Spider-Man 3. I'm a big Spider-Man fan, and
Is it the Amazing Spider-Man 3 or just Spider-Man 3?
Spider-Man 3. They haven't released a name for it yet.
But is he the Amazing Spider-Man or is it like...
Tobey Maguire. I mean, not Tobey Maguire. Tom Holland. It's Tom Holland Spider-Man. There's rumors. It's not clarified. At least I don't think so yet. That Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are gonna appear in that movie, and they're gonna fight the Sinister Six. Because Doctor
As
Strange,
their own Spider-Man?
yeah. Because
Does
Doctor
Miles
Strange.
Morales come out in this one?
Doctor Strange is in that movie, so he probably opens up the multiverse to let them in.
Is Iron Man dead in this movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm iffy on that. I liked Amazing Spider-Man with the Tom Holland one, and then not Toby. What was the other one?
What?
The second guy.
Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, he did good too.
My favorite one, I know if people are going to disagree with me, I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man because he looks like a teenager. He is like a little dorky. His fighting is cool. He doesn't kill. And I just love the villains, how they deal with them, because their designs look absolutely amazing. Tobey Maguire was good. Andrew Garfield was good. But they both, they sort of looked like high school people, but they looked
Andrew
like
Garfield
older.
definitely did.
Andrew Garfield sort of looked like a college student, like a freshman
Yeah, I
in
guess you could
college.
say that.
And Tobey
But
Maguire,
Spider-Man was in college,
no, he was in high school.
like the whole time.
Yeah.
I thought he went to college. Well, yeah, I'm excited for that one too. But
And I'm very excited to see what villains they use. There are rumors that Electro is going to be here with Jamie Foxx's Electro, Vulture, maybe Kraven the Hunter, and
I didn't like Jamie Foxx one too much. That was weird.
they're going to make him an original design from the comic books. They're not going to be like the. And they're also going to be maybe Scorpion. I'm really excited to see how they do Scorpion because I wasn't expecting how Vulture looked, but he looked really cool, so I'm excited to see about that.
I don't know. We'll see how. It depends how they do this movie.
Honorable mentions for the other movies are like The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. I like the first one. It was really funny, a lot of action, so I'm excited to see what they do with this. Morbius, that's another Spider-Man villain, and he's like a vampire basically, and I'm excited to see about that movie. I like the trailer. It's really cool. Black Adam, love The Rock, and I'm excited to see what they do with
The
that
Rock
one.
is the actor.
Yeah, he plays Black Adam. And I hope that this leads up to Shazam and him fighting, because they are like enemies. In the
So
comic
Black
books.
Adam's bad.
Yeah. Or he's an anti-hero. Because I wasn't expecting what they did with Venom, so they could lead it with like how Venom did. Like
Yeah, that was weird because all growing up I thought Venom was bad, but
he is bad, but sometimes he's good. I
in
mean,
the
they
movies make him seem like he's all good.
because in the comics, Spider-Man and Venom teamed up to fight Carnage.
We'll see.
And in Fast and Furious 9, I'm excited because I do like Fast and Furious, but I'm also weirded out because like the trailer, there's going to be John Cena and all of them. And the guy who died, I don't know his name. He was,
Paul Walker.
no. The guy who got killed by Shaw. In either like Fast and Furious 7, I think.
The
Shaw's the bald British
I
guy.
know, but
He got killed. He was
the white bad guy, he's white, or
Yeah.
Idris Elba, the black one.
like,
Yeah, I don't know.
he got killed in the, He was Asian, I think.
Hmm,
He
we'll
was
have
in,
to, we'll have to
Tokyo
talk about
Drift.
that one later.
Tokyo Drift.
Oh, Han?
Han. He died, right? Because he died and they're bringing
Yeah,
him back.
but he died. Yeah, he died like in.
I
I think
it
he
was Fast
died
and
in
Furious
Tokyo
7 or
Drift,
6.
but then he was in 6 and 7. So I don't know.
He was in the 6. Was he?
I can't remember, but they're starting to get like iffy. They're still
Yeah.
good movies, but they're
And like during the trailer, there was a lot of like action scenes, like they using a car to swing against a rope. In
Yeah.
real life, that would never happen because a rope is not strong enough to hold up a heavy metal car.
It's just like more like when it first started, it was just like
Realistic,
yeah,
like just
realistic
driving
cars, and
and
now
cops.
they got Rock in there, so it's like
Oh, what's wrong with The Rock? What did he do?
no, he's good, but I mean it's like because of him they added more production and like action stuff that like wouldn't really happen, but hopefully The Rock and Tyrese get along. I don't know how that's gonna work because I know they were beefing over this movie, and I get it because like the movie's all about The Rock now and not about the original people
What's about Vin Diesel?
and Jason Statham,
But I mean, Vin Diesel's still a big part.
yeah, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to that too.
See how they do it. I mean, the trailer's out, and John Cena's going to be in it as the villain, so I'm weirded out
I
to
wonder
see
if
that.
are they still gonna have Kevin Hart because he made a cameo in the last one.
I don't know. They haven't really talked about that, so
I hope they add him because anytime him and Rock are together, it's funny.
yeah.
But we're getting all sidetracked. But all the movies on his, I'm pretty much looking forward to too. He
Yeah.
just didn't mention Sherlock Holmes
Oh yeah.
and The
sure.
Matrix.
4. Yeah. I didn't watch like The Matrix. I wasn't the biggest fan. Sherlock Holmes. I don't think I watched that.
And Black Widow.
Oh, Black Widow was that was an honorable mention, but I've been waiting since the first time I seen her in the Avengers or in Iron Man 2.
It's Scarlett Johansson, so there's nothing else to say.
You're such an idiot. Oh my god. But yeah, I've been always waiting for her to get her own movie, and I'm just excited to see. And they use Taskmaster, and so I like Taskmaster, so I'm excited to see what they do with that.
But that's our list, our 2020 most anticipated movies, or 2021, and then our 2020 list of our favorite movies. Again, this is just like a pilot. We're going to try to do this often. I'm not sure how often because, again, it's Corona, so it's still hard to watch movies. But maybe we'll do like shows in or Netflix, Hulu, whatever. We have everything. We have all of them. I don't even know how much we pay for all this stuff, so
You got HBO Max, Disney
yeah, we have
Plus,
everything. It's ridiculous.
Amazon.
So we'll figure out some stuff, more stuff to do. So hopefully you guys like this. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever all those people always say. Smash that like button. But is there anything else you want to say?
Not really. You know what we should do?
What?
Maybe later on, when we start seeing more and more movies when they come out, do like reviews on them.
Yeah, so yeah, it's something we're gonna do so we can just do more videos. So comment, let us know if like the episode's too long or what you would like us to do or any tips because we're just starting this out. So thanks for watching and bye.